Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner MetaZone Roving M-Scribe, and today we're going to figure out if the cycle is over.
I don't know if we're going to actually figure that out.
No, this is it. This is the channel to watch to figure things out, dude.
Well, then you're going to have to give the call here at the end of this journey and make the calls. Like, should I panic sell?
Correct.
Or should I diamond hand? Because this is nothing. This is part of the course, right?
Yes, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Because we said we were going to do this. Like, it's like, this is why you watch our channel, right, guys? It's like, because we're perpetually tuned in, and we're supposed to be good at having, you know, the pulse reader at the tip of our fingers.
Right.
To the point where we should be able to objectively analyze the space and, you know, determine whether or not there's, like, you know, overly greedy or not.
Yeah.
Right? Situations, right? Because, I don't know, if you're not taking the Warren Buffett approach where you just buy and hold and then wait till you're 80,000 years old and just kick over one day and pass the torch to somebody else.
I think he's retired right now.
Yeah, he literally.
Officially.
He's all cash.
He's all cash.
He literally is the biggest cash holder on earth right now, which is pretty possibly another red flag of some kind.
Yeah.
And then you got Michael, the guy from The Big Short. He like closed Scion
Michael
Capital.
Berry. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, and he put out like a memo statement. It's like, I can no longer feasibly like fulfill my duties in these market conditions because like nothing makes any sense. It's like I can't even like.
Oh wow.
It's so frothy and so.
To me, that's
up.
the biggest signal.
Yeah, the fact that Warren Buffett, the guy who held diamond-handed to the American economy like his whole life, he's decided to.
Also, he's kind of old, so.
Yeah, there's that. Maybe you might want to like finally buy a nice house.
Maybe.
Before he kicks. But yeah, so if you're not that and you're trying to, I don't know, time entries and exits, you might want to pay a little bit closer attention, right?
Yeah, and it looks like you're too late because numbers are already red.
Yeah, but
can it go more red?
Can it be more red, or will it be more green?
It's possible. So let's zoom out here. So this is the history performance of Bitcoin, and as you could tell, the pattern has like an explosion, down period, explosion, down period, and I don't know if this qualifies as an explosion.
No, it definitely didn't feel explosive.
No,
but it is in the context of like the amount of value.
Yeah, so
total.
We started here at 16,000 Bitcoin and it ended at 120,000.
Almost a 10x.
Almost 10x. Yeah. And so this could qualify as the top. It could. But let's see. Let's see what everyone is saying. So how does this look in the rainbow chart?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Yeah, so this has been a chart, I guess, in circulation since last cycle, since we started this podcast, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Channel in 2019. So we were looking at charts like this, you know, before the next explosive uprising in Bitcoin price. Yeah. And we were utilizing it as like a potential, you know,
a guide
prediction metric. Yeah. It's like, you know, orange, red zones. These are pretty good opportune moments to sell.
Yes.
Right. So.
Yeah. So we reached orange last cycle. We didn't even get into the yellow zone. If this is over, this is quite a unique pattern here.
Yeah, this has some severe implications. One, right away, it's like discard this thing completely. And anybody who attempts to try and do this again and like pretend like they've pioneered some sort of like projection model, mock them publicly.
Yeah,
it's but like, stop it.
What's interesting though, that let me refresh. For the most part, it stayed within this band, which is constricting, right, towards the end here. It stays within the band, but the band may not be actually as wide as it seems, right? It could constrict exponentially here. And like this is really, it actually did reach red. And it's just not obvious with this chart. But that's why we use this as a guide, not as like a future-telling device, right? But here's another one. It says 328 days remain until Bitcoin reaches a market bottom, likely between 38,000 and 50,000.
It's pretty scary.
So this takes the previous ups and downs and then just kind of translates over. Yeah. And if it goes down 70% here, it's probably going to go down 70% over here.
Well, you notice there's actually like a compression over time.
True.
Like the peaks and troughs are
here we go.
less dramatic each time, and he's applied that in a sense, right? It's like, okay, you got 85% correction.
77 over here.
So expect somewhere between 70, maybe even more conservative, 65, 60, who knows, right? Because, now institutions are involved. They cannot stomach such dramatic price corrections as like retail participants can, right? Or, they have other devices to inject liquidity at opportune moments, stuff like that.
Right? And again, this assumes that Bitcoin maintains a 4-year cycle.
Correct.
Which we all know cannot sustain forever. You can't always have a 4-year cycle for Bitcoin. Just because the halving that occurs every 4 years, it gets small enough to where the impact becomes negligible.
Yeah, but part of the good thing you brought in the halving, because the other implication of this, because the compression here is maintained at 125k Bitcoin, like from trough to peak. On the first time, that netted you like, I don't know, 15x or something. From peak of all-time high of 2017 was 20K. Peak of all-time high in 2021, around 60K. We're talking a 3x, right?
That's right.
So this time around, if 125K was the official top price of this cycle,
we got a 2x.
We got a 2x.
Yeah.
So if that trend continues into the future, the things we've been kind of saying in context of NAT and like miner sustainability.
That's right.
I mean, it becomes one of the most front headline pertinent issues in context to like how this industry can survive moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Because if this is true, right, and we do reach like $50,000 or below.
Yeah, the next one will be like less than a 2x, right?
Yeah.
Less. So it'll be like 180K Bitcoin or something.
Yeah.
Remember, that's in a time where the subsidy was halved.
That's right.
So,
and we don't even get a 2x for an entire cycle.
So it's a big problem, right? So watch some of our other videos about NAT where we talk about that. But this is a critical time for a lot of reasons, right?
Yeah. Yeah, not only that, there's additional supporting evidence here. The last time Bitcoin sustainably slipped below the 50-week average, the bear market came. And so last time it closed below the 50-week average, we got a year of number go down.
Yeah, and I think that same catalyst maintains from the previous cycle as well. So that's really the big alarm bell, I think, that's circulating.
Yeah.
And it's getting people to question. And again, you're seeing much more anxiety as a result.
Yeah, so let me zoom in on this. That way we see it. So it hasn't closed under.
When does it close? Like tomorrow?
Like I think at 9 p.m. or something like that.
So we got a day here.
Yeah.
Of like.
So wait, is this the weekly chart? No, it's not. It's not tomorrow.
Why not?
It depends on when this considers a week, but
that's true.
It's likely not tomorrow.
You don't think so?
I mean, it could be.
I'm gonna assume it operates on business days, but it might not. It's Bitcoin, right? It's not the S&P.
Well, it's a 1 week close, so it's just whatever it started.
Yeah.
And 7 days after that, so
pay attention to this current day candle, which in real time, let's take a look. I'm just curious. Yeah, we're still hovering around 98.5, right?
Yeah, it's still very concerning.
Right, you feel that anxiety, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna dive deep into that emotion pretty soon once we get to the market psychology chart.
Right. Yeah, so then how does this cycle compare to other cycles? We got another chart here. According to the 4-year cycle, we're already in the bear, assuming that this maintains a 4-year cycle. And you can see this white line representing this previous cycle or the current cycle that we're on. And it's almost a flat line in comparison to everything else.
Yeah, there's that compression we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The magnitude of these market cycles is decreasing over time.
So if assuming we saw an all-time high, right, like it already came, then if this didn't reach some blow-off top like it has in the previous, then the all-time low for this particular cycle can't be that low.
May not. Well, it won't be like 85% like it was in previous cycles, but 60%, 70% is still pretty low, right? That means if we got 50% downside from here, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a question of can you stomach that or not, right? That doesn't mean like it's the end of Bitcoin, obviously. It just means we're in for...
Yeah, except for maybe some miners.
It's true. Yeah, but what's it called?
We
Darwin,
have NAT.
right? Darwinism? Survival of the fittest, they say?
That's why they should look into NAT.
Correct, yeah.
All right, so what about the 30 market peak indicators for Bitcoin. How many have hit so far? 0.
Yeah. So a lot of people, this is like the rainbow chart was like circulated last cycle.
That's right.
This is like a new device to kind of keep people mind captured in these markets.
Yeah.
It's like not until like all of these are like screaming at you. They have like the pumped up fun spark at the very end. Like,
yeah.
They're all just sparking at you.
Yeah.
Do you sell? Right. So a lot of people bought into this concept.
Yeah. This doesn't take into account the compression of Bitcoin.
Yeah, it doesn't take into account a lot of things.
Like all these like targets, they should be down 30%.
Maybe
smaller by 30%.
Yeah, so this potentially either this means, if these indicators are warranted and they actually do predict market tops, like we're not fully there yet, but we're getting close, or this has been another device of misdirection.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what about the Treasury company's master market cap is less than the value of its Bitcoin holdings?
That's interesting. When's the last time that happened for, this is, you don't remember what MicroStrategy is. It's Michael Saylor. It's the god of all Bitcoin accumulators, right? We've been talking about the Treasury strategy phenomena for about 8 to 9 months or so.
Yeah.
But in the context of if this happens to be the market top, we're going to look at that in hindsight as, a evidence of euphoria of like something that illogical that came to be and no longer exists, right?
Yeah, so the market peak was sometime in 2021, so this is around that time frame where it peaked. And that's when everything started to go down, including MicroStrategy's MNAV.
Yeah.
So it's reached below a 1x MNAV, and then during the bear, it sort of accumulated and returned back to a 2x here.
Yeah.
And then now it's below 1.
Yeah, so if things continue in this direction, expect that MNAV to go much lower. And it's a question of, how long can MicroStrategy sustain?
Pay the bills.
Yeah, all that. Right?
Yeah, so pay the debt.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what strategy looks like. So this is the all-time, but let's look at the last 5 years. That's the most relevant. So this is 2021, all-time high here. In the context of a treasury company, it goes down as Bitcoin goes down, and then we see $125,000 Bitcoin, and then 50% down from there.
Yeah,
which is a huge percentage down.
Correct, and yeah, like again, this is like a sector leader here, so it's going to go down if there is like if the cycle's over, but it won't go down as aggressively as the sector like copycats essentially.
Yeah, so here's number 2, MetaPlanet, and it reached $1,700 per share, and then now it's at almost $400.
Yeah, so this is a proper correction, and this to me looks like a bubble that actually occurred, right?
Yeah.
And you can go down the list of all the treasury companies; they all basically look the same.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what I mean by, if you factor that in, and you're trying to, like, if you're like us, you didn't experience the emotion of euphoria, which I think most people would agree. It's like, so is there evidence anywhere out there that there was like some example of euphoria in the market in context of Bitcoin? Right?
Yeah, it's here in the treasury space.
Yeah, I would argue that.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So, however, so we talked about the downside potential of Bitcoin, but what about the upside potential? President Trump signs bill officially ending the U.S. government shutdown.
Right.
So what does that mean? The last 2 times the U.S. government shutdown ended, Bitcoin ripped 700% and 300%, respectively. Shutdown just ended today.
Today?
So,
yeah, that was today.
So that was yesterday, actually.
Oh, yesterday?
Yeah,
okay.
so 2013, government ends shutdown, explosion. 2019, same thing. 2025?
Expect explosion, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Could be a dud, could be an explosion.
Yeah, if we're going to leverage past for anything, then you've got to at least factor that in, right? So
yeah, in my opinion, at some point we should expect, a little bit longer 4-year cycle, so maybe closer to a 5-year. So if this is that time, then maybe this will hold true, where we see an explosion and all-time highs in 2026, which no one really predicted.
But why should we like expect a cycle extension? Like why 5 years and not just 4?
Well, because the 4 years has been correlated with the halving, and so there might be a chance where the distribution of Bitcoin is so low per block that it has that much of a less impact, and it doesn't really affect markets anymore, even at 3.125. And the next halving is going to be like 1.6, 1.7, close to 1.7. And then, what's the difference between 3.125 and 1.7?
So what is that mechanism there? It's just like it's a consensus and belief that because the emissions have halved.
Correct.
It's like the price has to double in order for
Yeah, and we're starting to meet the laws of physics here, right?
Yeah.
You cannot continuously double forever.
Right.
And so if you cannot do that, that means that the price extension and price go up potential doesn't happen in 4 years. It happens in 5 or 6 years. Then it'll happen in 10 years. But price doubling over 10 years doesn't follow this requirement.
Yeah, this cyclical nature, or this rhythmic nature to Bitcoin, and the necessity for that self manifestation, right? That self-fulfilling prophecy to maintain in order to keep things running smoothly, right?
Yeah.
At some point, it just may not happen anymore.
Yeah, it's for sure may not happen.
Yeah, it's just a question of how distant or near into the future, or are we there already?
Correct. Yeah.
That's the scary part. So this is why it's so critical. We could, if we continue down the downside, and this is just, the least performant bull cycle of our lifetimes, and then again, that reality is bestowed onto all of us.
Yes.
At once. And we're going to see so tune into the podcast, because we're going to talk about that, where we're going to see a minor cataclysm like we haven't ever experienced.
That's right. Yeah, so if you don't know anything about quantitative tightening and quantitative easing, there's a tweet here that kind of breaks it all down for you. But I'll read the very end. It says, just don't lose yourself before it arrives. The next wave won't feel like 2017 or 2021. It'll be quieter at first, smarter, more mature. But when it comes, it'll remind you exactly why you stayed in crypto. Good times are ahead.
Yeah, so this is, if you're in the camp of you expect QE to bring new liquidity into the markets as it has in the past, right? Like these blue zones kind of represent, then you're hopeful. Right?
Yeah.
You're just kind of you're sitting by waiting for the period between QT ending, which is December 1st, right?
Correct.
And the period of whenever, I guess, the Fed actually starts slurping assets with printed money or whatever.
Yeah, so it turns out humans are really good at charts, and we have a chart to represent what that looks like. So here's another one for you, BTC versus QE and QT. We've been in QT for years, but BTC has been grinding up since the FTX crash regardless. So let's take a look, right? So all the way from 2010, here's the blue represents quantitative easing, meaning there's more cash flow printed by the Fed. And that cash flow here is clearly identified as Bitcoin absorbing some of that cash flow.
Yeah.
Right. And so these dark periods is where essentially nothing is happening between Fed printing and spending here. But quantitative tightening, that's when there's a increase in interest rates, therefore a lot less money becomes more expensive. And so things depress. And then we have the money printer turns on, number go up. But here's what's interesting.
Yeah.
Here's where things change is quantitative tightening meant Bitcoin still went up.
Yeah.
So this is the representation of this pattern breaking. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Which, it might soil the parade of those in the camp of expecting blue territory to, make number go up.
Yeah.
The way it has subsequent or in the past, right? So So unfortunately, we're still stuck in a limbo of uncertainty, right? Our only options are it either goes up, it goes down, or it goes sideways.
Great analysis, boys.
Big breakthrough here.
Yeah.
But like I said in the beginning, you got to make the call, dude. What should the people at home expect, right? Because you said right?
Well, my analysis suggests that it's a 50% chance that number can go up or it can go down.
Will said it's definitely going to go to the right.
Yeah, but for sure it's going to go to the right.
Okay. Jam. What a
we
breakthrough.
did it.
What an astounding achievement. we bestowed onto humanity.
Yeah, so share this video in case anyone is anxious out there.
Yeah. Oh, last thing, the psychology.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, human emotions play a big part into like actually determining if things go up or down, right?
Yeah, so if you look on Twitter, people feel a little anxious.
Very anxious.
Right now. It's like, because Bitcoin, here's 125,000, here's 98,000.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty scary to look at, right? It's not like full. I'm not fearful. Is that on there? Is that emotion? I guess.
No.
I guess panic.
Panic.
Yeah. Panic is kind of.
Dude, panic is more like 60,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Panic is 70,000 Bitcoin.
70, 60 in that realm, right? Yeah. Where it's like, holy shit. Like, I hate Michael Saylor, you know? Yeah. Or actually, that's anger. That's a little bit further down. Yeah. It's like, I hate that guy.
$50,000 Bitcoin.
Fuck that guy and his castle and his chessboards, dude. I knew he was scamming us.
Yeah, Michael Saylor also hates Bitcoin here.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. He did it again, guys. He crashed the .com bubble in 2001.
That's right.
He might have just done it again. Even though he didn't do anything.
No.
It's just... This is what happens to Bitcoin, guys. It goes up and it goes down.
Yeah.
Right? Can you stomach the ride is really the question.
But can you stomach the ride? Yeah. Because eventually, from red, it starts going up.
Yeah. It always does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's if you want to be a diamond hander and like a Warren Buffett where you get to kick over in your 90s, one of the wealthiest men on earth.
Yeah.
Because he had a real conviction in like the prospects of the American economy, right? And he never wavered in that belief until now. but if you understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and all that stuff, like that's something you can basically live and die by. And just,
I agree.
Like, hold confidently until you're,
Yeah, look for fundamentals, right?
In your rocking chair. Yeah.
Bitcoin has some fundamentals. It's not perfect, right? NAT has a lot of fundamentals. So yeah, look for that stuff. That way you're not locked into the charts and feeling all this anxiousness.
Yeah, because it's gonna hurt.
It's not fun. Yeah,
it's not fun. Correct.
All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions on QT, QE, and Bitcoin, what do you think is going to happen? Is it going to go up, or is it going to go down, or is it just going to go to the right?
Yeah, those are your only options, really.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go like vertical or horizontal, or
go backwards, like time.
What's this?
Across.
God damn it, dude! I don't know. There's up, right, and down. What are these? Where it's like...
It crosses? I don't know.
Whatever, dude. I don't know. I don't know my slopes.
All right, guys. That's it for us. Appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.